Dear students of class 12th English Literature, students, today in this lecture 3 English words and lecture, students, our topic is poem number 1, Character of a Happy Life, that is composed by Sir Henry Wotton. Student, in our previous lectures we have gone through two lectures, lecture 1 and lecture 2, and before I start teaching stanza number 5 and 6, students, let's have a recap of the uh, uh, paraphrase of stanzas, and I would like to make you recall a few related facts about this poem. Student, this poem is a poem that has a didactic note. Didactic note means in this poem you find some inspirational statements of the poet that makes our life enriched with positivity. Students, this poem is a source of inspiration for the readers. Students, and this poem is very is such a poem as inspires everyone. Now, students, let's see what has the poet said in previous stanzas. The poet expresses here the qualities of a man who is happy with his life. And students, a man is happy with his life when he has strength to control his desires and the thinking and the things spoken by others and said by others. Now, students, if a man is really a man of strong character, it means definitely he will not let anybody affect his thoughts and course of right action. The poet expresses here the qualities of a man who is happy with his life. According to the poet, such man has born happy and has been taught to be happy in every situation. Students, he faces the problems of life without any complaint. He serves his own will. Whatever he wants to do, he does it bravely. His honest thoughts saves him like an armor saves a soldier in the battlefield. He is skilled in speaking the truth. The poet says that happy man is the master of his passions and he has control over his desires and longings. He is not afraid of death, so he is always prepared to die. The poet says that the life of a happy man is free from every tension, every temptation. He doesn't live in the world of fantasy. He does not get flattered by anything and he isn't infected by them. The poet of the view is of the view that a happy man does not beg to anyone for the things he needs. He only prays to God for these things, and he has a strong faith, students, in God. Now let's see how and what type of faith he has in his God. Let's begin in stanza number 5th. Student, this is M. Rahman and you are attending ORSC classes of English language. Please to subscribe, please to continue with our lectures and to go through all the poems and other grammatical and literary projects. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel ORSC classes of English language. And if you like our lectures, please students, don't forget to share, like and comment. Now students, let's begin without any delay. Stanza number 5. Students, in stanza number 5, the poet says and connects these points of inspiration. Who God doth late and early pray, means the person who prays to God in the early morning and in the late night only to get more of his grace than gifts to lend. Gifts to lend here, this land is not related to borrowing, but students, this land is here to take, means the person who is free from any temptation, who is free from any desire, who is free from any wish or selfishness. Students, he needs only and only grace of God, not the things and possessions that you can say materialistic things that can be destroyed or that can be perished. He wishes to get the grace of God. Students, grace of God has such a blessing as can fill you with everything. Suppose whatever I am explaining here, students, that can be written in explanation, because whatever I spoke, that is paraphrase here. I am repeating it once again. Such a man does not pray to God only for getting some gifts, but he prays to God to get his grace. Now the explanation is because in explanation we explain everything in detail, and that is, if a man seeks blessings of God, blessings means everything with him. Suppose a person asks for some possession, a worldly possession. Suppose you require a bungalow, you require a villa, you require some luxury life. Then students, when it perishes, definitely whatever everything is there in the world, it will definitely perish. And when it perishes, you feel sad, and when you feel sad, you have a sadness of loss and separation. Student, this world is full of the point loss of separation. Students, now if you have any worldly thing, you will definitely suffer loss one day, and it will give you a sadness, and sadness will eat up your happiness. So such a person never tries to seek, such a person never tries to demand or request God to get in form of a present to him. He wants to get the grace of God, because grace is a thing that can give you everything and that will not perish, and in this way your happiness will not be affected and you will be definitely happy forever. In this way, the second quality of this man is who entertains the harmless day. The who entertains the harmless day. Such a person uh, never harms anybody throughout the day. He lives peacefully and let others live peacefully too. Well, with a well chosen book or a friend, and he lives with a selected book or a selected friend. Means the explanation of these two lines will be, students, such a person is really harmless. Sometimes, because of temptation, because of the greed, because of some selfishness, we try to cheat people. We keep an eye on their riches, we keep an eye on their possessions, and we try to take all those things from them, and in this way we opt some negative ways, and in this way, students, by adopting those negative ways, we try to hurt others, and if we try to hurt others, definitely those pains will come to us on any day in return, definitely. So such a person never tries to harm anybody, so he remains happy, he is contented to the heart, to the depth of heart, because he passes his time with a well chosen friend. If he passes a time with a well chosen friend, students, that friend will not let him go on a wrong path. And if he is reading a good book, any good book, every good book will not let anybody get misled. He will be on the right path. In this way, he remains on the right path, and when he remains on the right path, definitely he doesn't commit any wrong deed, any blunder. He never makes a mistake, and when he never makes a mistake, students, definitely he is going, he is running, he is keep on living a life that is full of happiness. And why he is living a life of happiness? Because his character is very strong. The outside things, thoughts, and a negative pollution of mind, and whatever he sees in this world of darkness, darkness means ignorance, students, he doesn't let anything allow to steal his peace. And whenever we are the owner of our thoughts, we are the master of our thoughts, students, no thought can overcome our good feelings, and when our good feelings aren't overcome, then definitely we will be really happy. Now students, let's see in the end of this stanza what are rhyming words. Pray and day, a, land and friend, b. In this way, the rhyming scheme of this stanza is ab. Now students, let's see the last and concluding stanza of this poem, that is very interesting and important and full of inspiration for us too. This man is free from servile bands. Now students, servile means pertaining to make somebody slave. Means that has a feature to make somebody slave, that can make one slave. Bands means chains. Band means a system that doesn't let you think according to your own, that doesn't let you do according to your own, that is bands. And what bands do we have in our life? You just think. We have the bands of thinking, we have bands of greed, we have bands of selfishness, we have bands of temptation to go higher, we have bands of the fear to fall. And this man is free from them, means this man is not a slave to his negative thinking. What is negative thinking? This man is not a slave, this man is free. Free means not a slave, it means he is independent, he doesn't depend on the bands. Bands means in the form of hope to rise and fear to fall. It means he never fears to fall, he has no panic, he has no pain for pain to fall down from somewhere on something. Now students, servile bands of hope to rise. Sometimes we continue to think that I should be at that place, and I should be such and such officer, and I should be so. Students, making targets aren't bad, but if we keep on thinking the same thing throughout the life, it's bad. And such a person who remains his desires in control, and he isn't a student survive to his desires, and he doesn't yield to his desires, he doesn't bow to their desires, definitely he is a person who is free from all these thinking that make him control of hope to rise. And such a person falls in such a condition of servility when he has hope to rise and fear to fall. And the person who is really a man of happy life doesn't care for them, means he is free from all the bands that hinders his happiness. It means his character is so strong that it doesn't let anything overcome the positivity of that man. He is a lord of himself. Why? This man is a lord, is a master of himself. Why he is a master? He is master of himself because whatever he likes he thinks, whatever he likes he does. He doesn't get affected by the negative attitude and ideas, laughter and other things of the people. Though not of lands, students, and though not of lands, what does it mean? He is the master of himself, though not of lands. Not of lands means he has no property, although he has no villa, no bungalow, no cars, yet he is happy. Means in spite of having no worldly possessions, he seems happy. Because sometimes when you can suppose there is some rich man, and he has some severe disease, and he has no time to enjoy his the relish life. Students, definitely he is not happy in spite of anything. But this man has no such possessions, even then he is happy. So why he is happy? He is happy because he is the master of his own thoughts, he has controlled his wishes and desires. Students, and you can say, and having nothing he hath all. Having nothing means in spite of keeping nothing, he has everything. And now what does it mean? It means, suppose if you have controlled desires, if you have controlled thoughts, if you can think whatever is permanent, what is impermanent, so you will not desire for all those things that are not permanent in this world. And when those permanent things will come to you, they will definitely perish, and when they perish, you will feel separation and loss, and both the things will make you sad. And this person hasn't such a thing with him, so he remains happy. Thus we can say he has nothing, in spite of he is very happy. So students, what the poet says here, the poet says that we should not yield to the worldly possessions, we should not fear from falling from some place, and we should not be over enthusiastic or over passionate to rise, because they kill the happiness of our life, and they engage us in the thinking of rise and fall only, and we forget to relish the sweetness of life. In this way, if one can do this, if one could do this, he remains the lord of himself, and maybe he has no lands or property with him, and in this way, without having anything, he is the master of himself, and he has everything in life. Because if a person has happy life, he has everything in his life. Students, two opposite ideas are put together in this last line of this stanza. Having nothing, he hath all. So, oxymoron figure of speech is used here beautifully. What is an oxymoron? Is figure of speech. An oxymoron poetic device is a poetic device. Poetic device or figure of speech are the same thing. And having nothing, he hath all. Where two opposite ideas are put together, there is oxymoron figure of speech. In this way, students, after finishing this stanza, let's see what what is the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Bands and lands, fall and all, a b and a b. Students, I hope you have gone through this poem very well and you have understood everything with us. So please to continue with us for your literature and grammar, please subscribe our channel or essay classes of English language. And if you like our lectures, please don't forget to share, like and comment. And please continue to watch all the videos and be successful. Thanks a lot.